Hello and welcome to Smaulgld's American Gold Eagle sales update for the month of October 2017. American Gold Eagle sales moved slightly higher in October. They bounced off the bottom set in September. U.S. Mint sold 11,000 1-ounce American Gold Eagles in October. That was up from 8,000 sold in September. However, 1-ounce American Gold Eagle coin sales were down 89% from October to October. From October 2016, when the U.S. Mint sold a respectable 100,500 1-ounce American Gold Eagle coins. So the total number of American Gold Eagle coins sold in October were just 45,000. That includes the 1/10, 1/4, 1/2, and 1-ounce coins, which, however, was up from 36,000 coins sold in September, but down from nearly 200,000 sold in October. So the total ounces of gold attributable to all American Gold Eagle coins, including the 1/10, 1/4, 1/2, and 1-ounce coins, was just 15,500 ounces. That was up, however, from the 11,500 ounces of gold sold in September in the form of American Gold Eagles, but it was down from 147,500 ounces sold in October 2016. So while the American Gold Eagle coin is the largest selling gold coin in the world, in terms of total number of ounces, it's never really that much of the bullion market or the overall gold trading market when you take into account the paper markets on the COMEX, when you take into account the amount of gold that is presumably sold and traded pursuant to ETFs, and then of course it pales in comparison to the Shanghai Gold Exchange volumes, the central bank purchases by Russia and Kazakhstan, and also by the Indian imports. However, American Gold Eagle coins do provide a snapshot of the sentiment of American retail gold buyers, and currently you could see that sentiment is down some 80 to 90% the past few months compared to last year, which was a very good year, one of the best years in the past 5 years for gold sales at the U.S. Mint. So here's a chart. Now, October generally is not one of the, well, it's a decent month. Now, this chart is kind of skewed because October 1986 was the very first month that they sold American Gold Eagle coins in any form, and so there was tremendous interest, and it was 600,000. But normally, there's months where, in October, where you can sell anywhere between 50 and 100,000 coins, but this past October, they sold just 11,000, which was the worst month since worst October since 2006 and 7. Now, we've talked about this in the past, but it's probably getting worse. But surges in alternative investments like Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, other cryptocurrencies are probably having an impact on gold sales. And probably also what's happening is the general sentiment is that things are better this year economically than they were last year, and people are less concerned about things like Brexit. I would expect, however, we'll get your thoughts below, that the retail sales for both gold and silver will pick up again in January as the new coins come out. There's always big interest in the authorized purchasers. They generally buy a large amount in January, and the real test will be not what the sales are in January, but what they are in the follow-on months, meaning will the authorized purchasers buy a lot in January and then need to replenish their inventories in February and March. And if we don't see strong February and March numbers, that means that they're still working off their January inventory. We'll keep a close eye on that. And again, I think it will depend on geopolitical issues, economic issues, what the Fed does. But right now, the retail sentiment is down and has been down pretty much all year. It's gotten worse as we've gone on in the year. We've seen some signs of life in the silver sales, although they're going to be down over 50% year over year. But this year, the gold sales are going to be down far more than 50%. Indeed, let's take a look. I think they're going to be down. Yeah, they're down 72% from October to October 2016. The American Gold Eagle coin is a very nice looking coin, but just like the Silver Eagle, it's the same design that they've had since 1986. Coins are minted in Philadelphia, but mostly they're now minted in West Point, although you don't get a mint mark on these coins unless you have some type of special edition coin. But the general bullion coins do not have the mint mark on them. These coins are 22 karat. They are 9167% gold or 91.67% gold, which is the type of gold that they had, I think in the late 1700s, early 1800s in U.S. circulating coins. And then sometime in the early 1800s, they switched to 90% gold, 10% copper. This makes them 22% gold when they're 91.67, 22 karat gold when they're 91.67% gold. And the U.S. Mint also makes, as do most other mints, a 3049 coin or a 24 karat gold coin. The U.S. Mint's version of a 24 karat coin is the American Gold Buffalo. We'll talk about their sales tomorrow, and then later in the week we're going to get to the Perth Mint sales, which are much better than the U.S. Mint, not just in comparison to each other, but also in comparison to itself. Remember, the Perth Mint is a smaller mint than the U.S. Mint, and this year its sales have been okay. They have not been atrocious as the U.S. Mint sales have been for both gold and silver, though gold has fared much worse this year than silver. If you want to buy gold or silver, you can do so through the Smaulgld site at BJSC, Golden Eagle Coins, SD Bullion, Money Metals Exchange below the video that you're watching either on BitChute, VidMe, or YouTube, or on the Smaulgld site. You visit those links, you pay no more, no less than if you visit those sites directly, and Smaulgld gets a small commission if you do indeed buy. It's not an investment advice to buy gold or silver, but if you are interested, you can compare pricing and shipping and make your purchase that way. Now, here are the American Gold Eagle sales by month. You can see in January, they were just about as good as 2016. January sales were pretty good. And then things fell apart. You've had every month since January, the sales in 2017 far lower than 2016 and just low in general. Look at these. I mean, look at April, the difference between that little red box there and the big bar in April 2016. So far this year, the U.S. Mint has sold 181,000 ounces, 181,000 ounces of 1 ounce or 1 ounce American Gold Eagle coins through October, and that's down 72.8% from 665,500 that they sold through October last year. Now, here is what the annual sales look like. Remember, we only have 2 months left, not even, because November is partially gone, and December they shut down early in the first week or so you can't expect many sales in December. So we're looking at possibly, unless we get some decent sales, a year under 200,000. So far this year is the lowest year since 2007, and it doesn't look like it's going to catch 2014. So this will be the lowest year in 10 years for sales of American Gold Eagle coins. Premiums, as I mentioned, I try to mention this each time, but now is the time of the year where the premiums on the coins may go up. Even though there's low sales and low demand, they probably have properly managed their inventories, the authorized purchasers and the retail bullion dealers, such that they're going to start to run out of the 2017. So they start to ratchet up the prices, and then people just figure, well, they'll buy the 2018s when they come out. But you can see each December, this right here and this right here, they go up, the premiums, because the mint stops making them in December. Some people figure, I haven't bought one all year. They're gonna finally buy. So there is a bit of pent-up demand generally in December, and there's less supply left because they're not going to order anymore, and people try to grab their that year dated coin before they move into the next year. And then generally there's a premium on the prior year's coin, and that premium starts in October, November, and hits its peak generally in December. And then you can see it goes back down, because these are premiums on the current year coin. So when the 2016, 2017, 2018 coin comes out, the premiums will go down because the dealers will have stocked up on, and they're trying to get their year started off on inventory, and they're trying to get the year started off on a good sales footing. So they will offer them at a low premium. Silver to gold sales ratio. These numbers mean less to me now. It was very interesting to see when the U.S. Mint was selling a lot more silver than gold. They're still doing that, but it was interesting in 2014 and 15 when both sales are pretty high, but the silver sales are hitting records. Now you've got a very high silver to gold sales ratio, but you got very low sales in both, so it's not as interesting to know that they're selling more silver than gold because they're basically selling hardly any gold at all, and they're selling, again, the lowest silver sales in over 10 years at the U.S. Mint. There's the Mexican Libertad. There's other coins that there's the Perthman coins. There's the Austrian Mint that sells silver and gold as well. There's a Canadian Mint sells maple leaf. So there's other sovereign coins to buy, but the U.S. Mint has definitely lost its crown this year as the top sovereign silver seller and top sovereign gold seller because the Perth Mint has outdone it. And I don't think the Canadian Mint, because I don't have the third quarter or fourth quarter numbers yet from then, but maybe they did better. I don't know. We'll have to see. But the U.S. Mint really has had a very horrific year, and I don't think November is going to save it. And as I mentioned, December is not a big selling month ever at the U.S. Mint. And as to your gold-silver ratio, we finally dipped below 75 to 1. Let's see if the momentum can keep up where silver can rise. But, you know, every time we get above 17 on silver and over 1,300 on gold, we seem to get knocked down. However, you must remember gold and silver are both up this year, and they're both up since their lows of December 2015. So there is something afoot, but it's a slow process. And I suppose it's a slow process just when you consider the fantastic stock gains and then also the just unbelievable cryptocurrency gains. Thank you very much for listening. If you like these reports and would like to help Smaulgld out, you can donate via PayPal. You can become a Patreon. I have 10 patrons, so I don't have that many of those. I do get some generous donations from time to time. And also you can donate via Bitcoin or Litecoin. So thank you very much for listening. Now, if you want to do cryptocurrencies, again, non-investment advice, you can sign up through the site. And you can, if you do get a Coinbase account, you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin when you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, and they will credit my Smaulgld account with $10 worth of Bitcoin. Again, non-investment advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky, and you should make sure you have done your due diligence, consulted your advisor, whatever you need to do to make that decision. If you do, however, Coinbase is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States, and you can buy and sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin there. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll get you those. Also, Kazakhstan. We're going to get you Kazakhstan gold reserves for the month of September, as well as Perth Mint October silver and gold sales coming right up. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll have the, in case you missed it, top gold and silver stories for the week ended November 5th, 2017. Thanks for listening.